Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Haven't been posting as much in a while. Kind of been working here and there, trying to, live paycheck to paycheck, unfortunately, right now, especially since the economy is so bad. But we're here, joined by one of my good friends. But we're here in the beautiful, smoggy city of Beverly Hills, going around doing some car spotting and talking about the car scene as a whole right now. We were just talking about Malibu Country Mart. Like, see here, there's already a protest out in front of Prada.
Oh, is this the same one?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, same one.
It's the same one. So, what you just heard there was a bunch of protesters standing in front of Prada, demonizing them for using real animal skin for their leathers and their outfits and stuff like that. Which, that's just how humanity really is right now for this type of culture. They don't really care where it comes from. They just, they want it. So they always come out here, I think, every Saturday or Sunday or something. They protest in front of the store, and then cops usually show up like 10, 15 minutes later and kick them out. So the original topic we were talking about was Malibu Country Mart, the car show that's usually held on Sunday mornings. Recently, in a couple posts that some people have showed me, that a red SV was towed away because of no front license plate and his tag was expired. I don't think there was any other reason as to why the car was towed, but it just goes to show that, we're not there to cause a problem in the car scene. We're just there to have a good time, see some good cars, and we actually give more to the businesses when we are there than if, let's say, the regular Joe Schmo shows up on a Sunday afternoon and just buys one thing. When we have that whole congregation of cars there, we give to so much of the business that's out in Malibu. When we leave, we take most of that away. But I don't understand why they have to always insist on inviting the cops. Some cops are cool. When they show up, some of the bike cops that show up, they're very cool. They like seeing the cars. They don't mess around with us. They just kind of let us do our own thing. Because we're not hurting anything. It's not like we're sitting in the parking lot revving or doing burnouts or fucking doing those stupid-ass takeovers and shit. We're not doing that. We just come down, we park, we chill, we get some food, we look at other cars, and we leave. That's about all most that we do. So on some occasions, yes, some people do come in, they might rev a couple times and then leave. That's given if you're a car person. But getting the police so involved to the point that people are getting ticketed left and right for no front plate, for window tint, for just being on the premises itself is a little bit over dramatic. Like, we're not doing anything really illegal on the property. We're just hosting a car show. Granted, the car show isn't sponsored by anybody, and it's not hosted by a single person that sends an invite. It's kind of just been a historical thing where people just go to a spot and they invite more people over the years, and it just becomes such a cool thing for people to do. They keep doing it every Sunday, But I personally don't go to the show anymore because I don't want to run the risk of just driving down the street trying to find a spot to actually go eat with some friends and then just get a ticket for just being on the premises. Like, oh, you're gonna get a ticket because you have no front plate. It's like, why? They care so much more about incriminating you about what you've done to your car, or that you don't have a front plate, or you jaywalk, Lord forbid. They incriminate you so much on those small little minute things that if you actually commit a crime of some degree, you don't really get punished for it. I'm not saying it happens all the time, but most of that is how I feel about Malibu Country Mart. And that's why I personally am probably just going to stop going until it gets better. Got anything to add on that?
Well, you were telling me that you talk to business owners who have businesses there, and they were saying that what were you telling me? They had a 40% bump in sales, in revenue or whatever, because it's just the amount of people go.
Exactly. Like there's a Chipotle there that benefits. A bunch of restaurants there. There's like an old crab shack that benefits from there. They have, as soon as we have people who show up, there are already lines out the door. Nice Huracan turbo.
Really nice car.
Yeah.
And that's Rosso Via.
Rosso Via on black. I feel like the silver wheels with the silver calipers would look so much better on that. But yeah, like they'll have lines out the door for certain restaurants that open later in the afternoon when the car show's still going on, and they'll be raking in money.
Yeah, I don't buy that there's business owners who don't like the show. I don't know if I buy that.
There's
really
only
don't.
one business owner that I know who does not like having the car show there, and that's the really skinny girl from the Malibu Country Mart, like the main Country Mart. She's always complaining that she doesn't have business and this and that she can't get past her quota. And I'm thinking to myself, well, the reason why you're not getting past your quota is because you bitch at everybody that comes in the door to buy something from you. That, oh, are you part of the car show? Oh, you are? Cool, get out of my store.
Oh, you've had that happen.
I've had her literally cuss me out because I parked my car in the lot to be part of the car show and look at some of the things. And I've never gone to the Malibu Country Mart for the first time to ever actually get something like 3 months ago. And that's the experience I got. She literally was just cussing me out, saying that all you car people are fucking assholes and this and that. You're ruining her business. And I'm just like, dude, I'm probably the best thing that's happened to you today. You probably haven't had a single sale because of how you act towards people, you know? And it's just like, it's unbelievable.
You know, you also said,
We'll go in there after. We'll do like a loop first. We got a 30th anniversary, and they got a Maybach in there too.
nice.
I'm sorry to the viewers if we get sidetracked. We're also doing some car spotting too. We'll go to most of the dealerships. We actually have a new exotic dealership over here. It's called, I want to say it's called T-Force Exotics. They just opened up on Robertson and Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. If you haven't checked them out yet, go check them out. They have a really cool selection of cars. No, I am not sponsored by them. I just wanted to give them a quick shout out because they are very, very respectful, very cool with what they do in the exotic scene, and I just wanted to give them a quick shout out for that. I'm gonna look white. We got an old Rolls right here on the left. That's nice, and a DBX.
You use the same exact hand gestures as Gordon.
With all this. But yeah.
Yeah, you said. Well, okay. You told me something about. Oh no, it was in. It might have been in that article that like the Spice Car Radio guys like ripped apart. You know like the article I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like they said something about how like it's people don't want to go because of the show. I don't buy that either. I really don't buy that somebody's like, oh, like I'm gonna go to Malibu on Sunday, but I changed my mind because I don't want to go there where there's like because of the cars that are gonna show up.
Exactly.
I don't really buy that there's enough people doing that to where businesses are losing money.
Exactly.
And the businesses clearly aren't losing money because of it.
because they're still in business. If they were losing money, a lot of them would have for lease signs on their windows. You know, they'd be completely closed. The article that Farhan is saying is, I want to say six months ago, there was an article released on the Signal and a bunch of other news media outlets that were talking about the Country Mart car show and how the local residents of Malibu are very unpleased and just happy that people like me, photographers, any of the sort of person who comes just to show up and admire the cars is ruining the face of Malibu, because it used to be like this nice, quiet retirement place that a lot of people would move to, you know, but you know, we're just there to have fun. We're not there to ruin anybody's lives and all this. So they blow it so far out of proportion that it makes us look bad, you know. So will I be going to Malibu Country Mart for the car shows? Probably not for a while, until they get their shit figured out, you know, because I don't want to keep going there and just constantly getting harassed by people. Oh, you guys shouldn't be here, you know, this isn't a car show worthy area, you know. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's not the best. I feel like car culture nowadays is down to only a little bit, like a little handful of people who like cars. So we just parked up at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and we got a SLS Gullwing, a black SV, and a red Aventador S. But the crazy thing about the Aventador S, I'll show you in a second, is look at all the accent pieces. They're alligator skin. Like even on the vents, right here, alligator skin on the mirrors, on the back of the engine bay. Look at that. All alligator skin. How would you rate this spec? Like, I mean, look at that. It's all alligator skin on the back. We'll take a look at the SV one more time. Beautiful. Well, we just got back from eating at South Beverly Grill. Decided to come over to McLaren of Beverly Hills, I should say. And I didn't know that they actually closed at 5 on the weekends. I always thought they were open at 7 days a week. But it's only weekdays they're open till 7 p.m. So got to see a bunch of new stuff in there. McLaren P1 in Volcano Red. If I had the money, I'd buy that right now. And what else? Speedtail 620R, 2 Sennas, one of them being a GTR, and the short wheelbase was there, Ferrari. It was like a whole resto mod project. But yeah, really cool. Got a startup of the P1. They were trying to figure out how to put in the charger in their little port right behind the roof scoop. But unfortunately, the plastic panel wouldn't open, so they weren't able to get the charger in it. So in total, we've seen 2 SVs, one in yellow, one in black. We've seen an Aventador S that's originally blue, but wrapped red with fucking alligator skin on like where most of the carbon bits would be. So I think since it's Easter weekend, Easter's tomorrow, most of the companies are closing early this weekend, so I don't think we're going to be able to go to any more of the dealerships. But yeah, we'll just cruise around Beverly Hills, probably Rodeo Drive, and we'll see if there's any other cars. We'll stop right here. A couple Porsches over here. I think there's a place down here that does have like a Lamborghini in the driveway. The owner's really cool. So, yeah.
The SVJ.
No, I think it's just like a base Huracan. All right, so we stopped and spotted a 675 LT and what looks to be like a Nardo Gray or a Grigio Telesto, like for the Aventador. Right here. Very nice. There it is right there in the sun. What's it called? Champagne Gray? Chicane Gray. Very nice. And it's a spider too, hardtop spider. For all the new McLarens that they come out with, I love the older McLarens. Like the 12C is my favorite out of the McLaren group, but this thing is fucking sick. All right, so did a little bit more car spotting in Beverly Hills. Didn't really see much. We seen 675 LT in Champagne Gray. Chicane. I don't know why I keep fucking up the paint codes for that. Like every time I look up a paint code, especially for like Lamborghini or something, I always mess it up because there are some people that will go the extra mile if they like post something or they say like, oh, that's in the Grigio Telesto or something in like a certain red that certain cars come in. They have like a specific name. I'm just too lazy to figure out that shit. Cool, you got a gray 675 LT. done. But now we're on PCH, heading, I want to say, not really to Malibu Country Mart, but we're just kind of scanning up, down PCH, see if there's any cool cars to find. We did see a silver 992 GT3. That was pretty cool. A couple more cars over there. Yeah, for the most part, the day's been pretty relaxing, you know. I think also as to why there's not much going on is because Easter weekend is this weekend, so a lot of stores are closing early for that, and there's just not a lot of people in town driving their fancy little cars. Everybody's kind of kept them home. Never eat at Duke's. Never eat at Duke's Malibu.
How bad is it?
Bad. Off topic, but Duke's of Malibu, not a good restaurant to go to if you want to like have a good date night. Reason being is because I took my girlfriend there sometime last year, and basically we couldn't even eat our food in peace. There were so many people behind us that were just absolutely drunk off their ass, being so disrespectful, throwing food at us too, and just calling us names. They were calling us slurs the entire night we were sitting there trying to eat. And we're just like, we didn't even do anything at all to piss these people off. They were just drunk off their ass and they didn't know what they're doing. But you could be like, oh, well, Ryan, they didn't know what they were doing. They were drunk. But it's like, that's not an excuse to fucking call somebody by racial slurs just because you're trying to sit down and have a fucking nice dinner with your girlfriend. The food there is also terrible. You know, I think I got a burger and fries. I always like getting burgers and fries at restaurants I first time go to, just to see if the quality's good. Went there, got the burger, undercooked. It was raw. Even the buns were fucking raw. Like, how do you serve me raw fucking buns? Like, Jesus Christ. I've never had a restaurant serve me soggy fucking buns on my fucking hamburger. It was unbelievable. And then when we complained to the manager about all of that, they just didn't care. They're like, oh, well, we can compensate you for something. You can compensate me by giving me my fucking money back and never having to set foot in that restaurant ever again. And you'll be damn straight, you'll be damned. I left them a fucking, I don't even know if it's possible. I wish you could leave it like a -1 star, -10 star on fucking Yelp.
Can you leave a 0 star?
0 star.
Can you?
No, I don't think you can. I think the lowest is like a 1. But they don't even fucking deserve a 1. They deserve a negative whatever the fuck. It was just so bad. So if you ever go to Duke's of Malibu, if you have a good experience, good for you. I personally didn't. It was crap. So that's why I personally don't go to Duke's anymore. But now, back to the topic of cars, because nobody wants to sit here and listen to me ramble about my past.
Are you gonna put that on the vlog?
Yeah, of course I am. Alright, so for those of you who do not know where Malibu Country Mart is, we're actually coming up to it right now. And I'll show you the parking lot that they usually close down because they don't want car enthusiasts coming through. So this is the main entrance right here. You got a Starbucks on the right. You have another parking lot on the left. But usually right here, we're going to be turning into it. Just one sec. Usually right here on the right. So this lot and the lot all the way in front where they have like those new white stands, usually that part of the lot's closed. And then there's the Malibu kitchen right there. And then if we swing around here, so this building right here, the Malibu kitchen, this is where certain employees work that always try and get us kicked out of here by the cops. So, oh, we got a dog very curious of whatever is on the ground over there. But yeah, they always try and get the cops called on us. Where we're turning right now, back on Main Street, right where this Mercedes was parked, this is where the SV was towed for not having its front plates. And, you know, if there was anything else regarding, look at that Porsche right there. Nice. See, there is something here. What is this BMW doing? go. Nice. But yeah, sorry, getting sidetracked. It's just, you know, I wish people would understand that not everybody who is a car enthusiast or likes cars is out here to make enemies. You know, even at the Walgreens up here, they'll usually have these IPS drivers, the security service, block off that driveway so nobody can park there. Even if we're going there just to get groceries or whatnot, you know, like normal everyday people out here trying to do their stuff, you know, they always blame it on us that they can't fulfill what they need to get because all this police presence and security presence are just hindering their day. And it doesn't have to be that way. We can basically civil about it, you know, let us have the car show, all the places get their business, and that's that. You know, like it's not that hard that we can have peace among both parties. People who want to come for the car shows and people who want to come just to have, you know, a lunch or a dinner or a breakfast. There doesn't have to be this total conflict all the time where somebody's got to get arrested or they put tickets on almost every single car just for being on private property, trespass tickets. And that has happened before. People have literally called the cops to get people ticketed for trespassing. And it's just unbelievable. You want to keep going up or down? Back?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, I got a little nice Rolls Royce right there. The older one too, like what, mid-70s?
Could be, yeah.
Looks nice. But yeah, hopefully, like, I'm personally not going to go back for a long time if this shit keeps happening. It's just not fun anymore. I went there, and a bunch of my buddies, even Farhan, went there just to experience the cars, take some cool photos, get to meet new people, new faces, and, you know, just have a good old time, get some lunch, and then go home. But now it's this whole racket of, you know, we're criminals for wanting to enjoy cars. It's just, it's unbelievable, you know? And I don't think it's going to go away as quickly as people say it will. I think it's going to stick around, you know, for a little bit longer to just try to deter people from going to the show. And if the less people go to the show, the less of a problem they think they're gonna have, you know. But we'll see. I don't know. It's just immaturity. You know, we're not there hurting anything. We're not there hurting anybody. We're just there to have a good time, giving profits to the businesses, and, you know. But they obviously don't see it that way. They just want their run-of-the-mill local buyers to come in, and that's it. They're satisfied with that. They don't want any new customers, blah, 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 blah. And that's not saying for every business that's in this vicinity. That's for, like, the main businesses that don't want the cars here anymore. And, you know, Malibu Country Mart car show isn't a sanctioned event. Not one person hosts this event. There's no flyers that go out. Nobody, you know, so on and so forth. It's just kind of like a show, hang out, and then leave. That's about it. But hopefully, you know, hopefully they get their stuff together and try and figure out a balance between it. Because I don't want to see this go. It's been an iconic show for a while. And it's
probably like a year and a half.
Yeah, for like a good year and a half. And we just don't want to see it go because of this reason. And it's very hard to find other spots out here that'll host so many cars that come to the show, because there's not many parking lots down here that will fit as many cars that come to the Malibu Country Mart. So, but we'll see. It won't, but oh. Alright, so we are now up in a canyon where I usually do like little canyon runs and shit like that. We have a Lexus ES500H in front of us, and I don't think you'll be able to see it on the camera, but when he makes a turn, his front tires at the very bottom where they connect to the pavement are sparking. I don't know if this guy's tires are bad in the front. Like, I don't know if you can see any of those sparks. Like, wow. I've never seen somebody run on tires that bad in my life. And I I got Farhan here. He can vouch for me when I say there's sparks coming out of this dude's tires. But it's only the front tires. It's not the rear. It's just the fronts.
Man, those are the ones that are loaded the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Oh my
God. What the fuck? That's fucking crazy. Opportunity to turn. This is another thing I don't like about driving in the canyons at night, especially if you're trying to do a run, you know, just fuck around or for time, whatever it may be. If you're gonna be like this guy, don't be in the canyons. There have been plenty of times where he could have just pulled over and let me pass, but he's being selfish and stubborn that he wants to just stay in front and keep me here. You know, that's what turnouts are for. You know, so if someone's faster behind you, you just pull over, let them pass, and then just carry on with your night. But it's got to be the people who always got to be like this. I don't understand it. And then they slow down for no reason.